Welcome back to Third World View's End Times Exposé. You've walked with us through the halls of corrupted hospitals, through the desecrated classrooms of schools, into the ivory towers of universities, and across the poisonous airwaves of the media. And now, we turn our eyes to the greatest throne of them all, government. What was meant to be the servant of the people has become the tyrant of the people. What was designed to restrain evil has now allied itself with evil. And what was supposed to uphold justice has now become the tool of the Antichrist. This is Part 5, Governments, Thrones of the Antichrist. God designed authority. Romans 13 tells us that rulers are God's servants for your good. Kings, judges, governors, presidents, all were intended to restrain evil and reward good. But when those in power rebel against God, that authority becomes twisted, weaponized, and tyrannical. Instead of punishing the murderer, they defend him. Instead of protecting the unborn, they slaughter them. Instead of rewarding righteousness, they tax it, silence it, and label it hate. This is the pattern of history. When man rejects God, governments become beasts. Daniel saw it in his visions. John saw it in Revelation. And today, we see it in our own headlines. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this kind of raw, honest breakdown, make sure to hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you want to take it a step further, smash that join button and become an official supporter of the channel. It helps keep these videos coming, keeps them independent, and keeps the fire burning. All right, let's get back into it. Let us not be naive. Governments are the greatest killers in human history. Not gangs, not lone criminals, not even terrorists, but governments. Pharaoh ordered the slaughter of Hebrew babies. Herod ordered the massacre of Bethlehem's children. Hitler, Stalin, Mao, Pol Pot, their regimes murdered tens of millions. And in our time, modern governments quietly sanction the genocide of the unborn, dressed up with words like choice and rights. They push wars for profit, not peace. They sell out their own people for the approval of international bodies. The throne of power becomes the seat of Satan when blood cries from the ground. And make no mistake, the blood is crying. We are living in an era unlike any before. Never in history have governments been so interconnected, so synchronized, so willing to bow to globalist elites. The United Nations, the World Economic Forum, the European Union, the IMF, the WHO, they all promise peace, sustainability, and equality. But beneath the slogans lies the scaffolding of the beast system. Digital IDs, central bank digital currencies, speech laws, pandemic controls, climate lockdowns, surveillance states. Piece by piece, the infrastructure of the Antichrist kingdom is being built before our very eyes. This is not paranoia, it is prophecy. Revelation 13 foretold a day when no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark. For centuries, skeptics mocked that verse. But now, with one flick of a switch, governments could shut down your bank account, your access to food, your ability to travel, and millions cheer for it. Governments do not merely pass laws, they redefine morality. What God calls sin, they call freedom. What God calls abomination, they call progress. What God calls murder, they call healthcare. Courthouses that once displayed the Ten Commandments now wave rainbow flags. Constitutions once rooted in biblical principle are shredded by activist judges. The law is no longer a shield of the righteous, but a whip of the wicked. Isaiah warned of this. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness. That is the anthem of our governments today. All of this points toward one climax, the rise of the Antichrist government, a global throne, a counterfeit kingdom, a false savior offering false peace. The book of Revelation describes a beast with 10 horns and crowns, symbols of political power. The dragon gives this beast his throne, and the world bows, saying, "Who is like the beast, and who can fight against it?" That is where our governments are headed. They are grooming us to accept total control, conditioning us to trade freedom for safety, and teaching us to worship the state instead of God. But here is the truth. The beast's throne will not stand. The King of Kings is coming. The true government is on his shoulders, and every throne of man will fall before the throne of Christ. This is why we must not be silent. Governments want your allegiance, but God demands your soul. This is part 5 of our End Time series. Stay tuned for part 6, The False Church, Bride of Satan, where we expose the greatest betrayal of all, when religion itself bows to the beast. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.